You know that feeling when you are on a roll. You close a sale, then you ace an exam, then you have a great workout, and suddenly you feel invincible. You walk differently. You speak with authority. People seem to respect you more. Success seems to magnetize to you effortlessly. Conversely, you know the feeling of a slump. You get rejected, then you sleep in, then you skip the gym. You feel small, you hesitate, and because you hesitate, you lose again. It becomes a downward spiral. You think these are just moods. You think confidence is a fleeting emotion that comes and goes like the weather. You are wrong. Confidence is not a mood. Confidence is a chemical state. Specifically, it is a biological phenomenon known to neuroscientists as the winner effect. This concept, popularized by biologist Ian Robertson, explains a fundamental truth about animal and human hierarchies. Winning makes you stronger. When two lobsters fight for territory, the winner experiences a massive surge in serotonin and testosterone. His brain physically changes. He becomes larger, more aggressive, and more likely to win the next fight. The loser, his serotonin crashes. His brain dissolves the neural pathways for aggression. He becomes smaller, weaker, and chemically primed to lose. Even if the loser is physically stronger than his next opponent, he will likely lose again because his biology has accepted the identity of the loser. You are not a lobster, but your brain runs on the same ancient software. When you win, even at something small, your brain dumps testosterone, which increases risk tolerance and dominance, and upregulates dopamine receptors, making you more sensitive to reward. This chemical cocktail quiets the amygdala, fear center, and empowers the prefrontal cortex. You literally become smarter, faster, and bolder. However, if you have been stagnating for months, if you have been procrastinating, failing, and breaking promises to yourself, you are chemically stuck in the loser loop. Your cortisol is high. Your risk tolerance is low. You are biologically wired for hesitation. To break out of this, you cannot just fake it till you make it. You cannot just think positive. You need to engineer a chemical intervention. You need to manually restart the winner effect. Here is the 4-step protocol to hack your biology and build unstoppable confidence from scratch. Protocol 1. Stack the deck, the micro win. If you are in a slump, your brain has stopped trusting you. It predicts failure. If you set a goal to make $1 million or get 6-pack abs and you fail, which you will because you are currently weak, you reinforce the loser loop. You prove your brain right. You need to lower the difficulty setting to easy. You need to manufacture a win. Your brain does not chemically distinguish between a big win, winning the lottery, and a small win, cleaning your room, as much as you think. The dopamine hit is relative to the expectation. The hack: create a must-win list for tomorrow. Drink water immediately upon waking. Make the bed, do 10 push-ups, that is it. When you wake up and execute these 3 tiny tasks, you trigger a small spike in dopamine. You tick the box, you signal to your nervous system, I said I would do a thing, and I did the thing. You are stacking evidence, you are essentially rigging the game so you cannot lose. Once you have 3 days of micro wins, your testosterone begins to creep up. Your posture changes, then you add a slightly harder goal. You are rebuilding the neural architecture of success, one brick at a time. Protocol 2. The physiology of dominance. Postural feedback. Most people think, I feel confident, so I stand up straight. But the loop runs both ways. I stand up straight, so I feel confident. This is the body-mind feedback loop. If you sit hunched over your laptop, shoulders rolled forward, shallow breathing, you are physically mimicking the posture of a defeated lobster. Your brain reads the tension in your body, interprets it as submission, danger, and lowers your testosterone while raising cortisol. You are physically depressing yourself. You must manually override this. The hack: the door frame expansion. Every time you walk through a door, use it as a trigger to check your physiology. Shoulders back, chin up, chest open. Take up space. When you expand your physical footprint, you signal to your endocrine system that you are safe and in control. Before a high-stakes meeting or a date, do not sit on your phone hunched over. Stand up, stretch, put your hands on your hips, the power pose. You are not doing this to impress others. You are doing this to hack your own hormones. You can change your chemical state in 2 minutes simply by changing your geometry. Protocol 3. The highlight reel, mental priming. Your brain has a negativity bias. It remembers your failures 10 times more vividly than your successes. This is a survival mechanism to avoid future pain. If you are anxious, it is because your brain is replaying a compilation of your greatest failures to warn you. You need to edit the film. Elite athletes do this before every game. They visualize their past wins. The hack: keep a cookie jar, a concept from David Goggins. This is a physical or digital note where you write down everything you have ever overcome. The exams you passed, the hard conversations you handled, the times you were sick but kept going. When you feel the loser loop kicking in, that voice that says, "I can't do this," open the cookie jar. Force your brain to review the evidence of your competence. I survived X, I conquered Y, I can handle Z. By vividly reliving a past victory, you reactivate the same neural pathways that were firing when you won. You are borrowing confidence from your past self to pay for your future performance. Protocol 4. Competitive exposure. Finally, you need to re-enter the arena. The winner effect requires a contest. You cannot win if you do not play. Many people protect their ego by avoiding competition. If I don't try, I can't lose. This is a slow death. It guarantees atrophy. You need to inject low-stakes competition into your life. Join a recreational sports team and play a video game, competitively, not casually. Join a sales leaderboard. You need to experience the binary outcome of win-loss. Ideally, find a domain where you have a 50-50 chance. If you lose, you learn to handle the cortisol spike without collapsing, resilience. If you win, you get the testosterone spike that propels you to the next level. You need to remind your primal brain that you are a predator, not prey. Predators hunt, prey hides. The summary: confidence is not a gift from God. It is a biological byproduct of action. Stack micro wins. Rig the game so you succeed early in the day. Fix your posture. Occupy space to lower cortisol. Replay victories. Force your brain to remember you are capable. Compete. Enter the arena. The winner effect is a spiral. It can spiral down into depression, or it can spiral up into godlike confidence. The direction of the spiral is determined by the very next decision you make. Do not wait to feel like a winner. Act like one, and the feelings will follow. If you are ready to stop hesitating and start dominating your own biology, subscribe to BrainOS. The scoreboard is waiting.